Attention! Arne Slot admits that a major star is out of form. Urgent! Liverpool has just received a brilliant update on Hugo Ekitike. Liverpool considering a surprising transfer for Guehi's teammate? Hello, Reds fans! Come check out the latest updates from the biggest club in the world. Arne Slot has acknowledged that Mohamed Salah, one of Liverpool's biggest names, is not at his best when compared to the high standards he has maintained since arriving in England. However, the manager stressed that the issue is not limited to the Egyptian forward, but rather involves the collective functioning of the entire team at this stage of the season. Salah has 3 goals and 3 assists in 9 matches so far, numbers that are certainly not poor for a winger. Yet, when compared to his performance last season, where he scored 34 goals and provided 23 assists in 52 matches, it is evident that the number 11 has not yet reached the same level of excellence that made him a global reference. The most worrying fact is that he has scored only 5 times in his last 20 appearances since March. Slot was asked about this apparent decline and admitted that there is indeed a drop in output, but he offered a broader explanation. According to him, the situation is directly tied to Liverpool's tactical changes and, above all, to the way opponents have been playing against his team. What I see in Salah now is very similar to what we saw in the second half of last season. During that time, he scored 12 goals, but 5 were penalties and another came from a set piece. That means only 6 came from open play. This reflects a collective context. We are facing opponents who played differently compared to the first half of last season, explained Slot. He cited the clashes with Manchester United as an example. When we played them away, they tried to build from the back, which allowed us to press high, win the ball 3 times in their half, and create goals. But at Anfield, Onana avoided that risk, opting only for long balls. That kind of approach makes our job harder and explains why we struggle to score from open play. For the manager, Salah is part of a wider scenario and not solely responsible for the decline in goals. For the coach, adapting to the new system is natural and, despite current difficulties, will bring benefits in the medium and long term. The challenge now is to restore attacking effectiveness against increasingly prepared opponents, and Salah is expected to be one of the main beneficiaries once the balance is achieved.
Liverpool has also received an important update on Hugo Ekitike, bringing relief amid a difficult moment. For the first time in his tenure, Arne Slot faces a darker scenario. The club had not endured such a run of poor results since the defeats to Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League and to Newcastle in the League Cup in quick succession. At that time, the disappointments were significant, but the team recovered and ended the season as Premier League champions, pulling ahead of their rivals. Now, Slot's task is to spark a similar recovery after back-to-back defeats. Despite the pressure, the situation is far from desperate. Liverpool still sit at the top of the Premier League table and have plenty of time to regroup. The real issue lies in a serious injury crisis that complicates the manager's plans. Giovanni Lo Celso suffered a serious injury, Jadon Danns and Federico Chiesa were also sidelined, and, to make matters worse, Alisson is expected to miss a considerable period. On top of that, there was major concern about Hugo Ekitike, who was forced off injured against Galatasaray. The fact that he was substituted so quickly, in a game where Liverpool was still chasing an equalizer, left fans alarmed. After a string of bad news, fears surrounding Ekitike's condition seemed like the final blow. However, on Thursday, a hugely positive update arrived. The 23-year-old French striker was called up to the French national team for their World Cup qualifiers against Azerbaijan and Iceland. His inclusion clearly indicates that the injury is not serious, even if Liverpool would have preferred to see him rested during the international break. It is likely that the club will be cautious with him ahead of the Chelsea match, but looking beyond a break, Ekitike should be fully available for Slot, which is a crucial boost for the attack. This becomes even more important given the limited options in the number 9 role. Jadon Danns remains out, and Alexander Isak is not fully fit. Having Ekitike healthy is vital, as he stands out as one of the recent signings who has adapted quickest to Liverpool's style. Along with his consistency, he has been making a direct impact in the final third, establishing himself as a key player to help maintain the team's competitiveness in the coming weeks.
Liverpool are reportedly keeping a very close eye on Crystal Palace defender Maxence Lacroix ahead of the next summer transfer window. The French center-back, now 25 years old, has quickly become one of the standout performers for the Eagles and is attracting attention across Europe. Lacroix demonstrated his consistency again by playing the full 90 minutes in Crystal Palace's 2-0 Conference League win over Dynamo Kyiv. His performance highlighted his defensive intelligence while contributing to Palace's impressive form under Oliver Glasner, as the team extends its unbeaten run to 19 matches across all competitions and holds both the FA Cup and Community Shield. This season also marks Palace's first ever European campaign, and they have already emerged as one of the leading contenders to lift the Conference League trophy. For a club that has historically battled to secure mid-table stability, this is nothing short of a transformation. And at the heart of this rise stands Lacroix, whose reliability at the back has earned him recognition well beyond Selhurst Park. According to Football Insider, Liverpool's scouting department has been monitoring him closely. Reports describe Lacroix as a Rolls-Royce defender, the kind of elegant, physically dominant, and tactically sharp player who could seamlessly fit into Arne Slot's system. His ability to read the game, win aerial duels, and remain calm under pressure makes him a profile that Liverpool clearly admires. Signing Maxence Lacroix won't be easy, as he's contracted with Crystal Palace until 2029, meaning Liverpool would need to make a substantial financial offer. Palace, enjoying one of their strongest periods in modern history, are under no pressure to sell, making negotiations challenging. This wouldn't be Liverpool's first attempt at a Palace defender. Last summer, Marc Guéhi was close to a £35 million move to Anfield, but the deal collapsed when Palace couldn't find a replacement. With Guéhi's future uncertain, Lacroix, more consistent and impactful for Glasner's side, has now become the Reds' main defensive target. For Liverpool, the need for defensive reinforcements is becoming increasingly urgent. Injuries have disrupted the squad's stability at the back, and with the demands of the Premier League, Champions League, and domestic competitions, depth in central defense is critical. Adding a player like Lacroix could provide both immediate quality and long-term security, especially as the Reds aim to remain competitive on all fronts. Maxence Lacroix, so far only playing for France's youth teams, could catch Didier Deschamps' attention for the 2026 World Cup due to his current strong form. A move to Liverpool would increase his chances of breaking into the senior national team. The big question is whether the club would be willing to pay the high fee demanded by Crystal Palace, as his contract runs until 2029. Given Liverpool's tradition of investing in key signings, the transfer cannot be ruled out. Liverpool fans, do you think Lacroix could become the next defensive leader at Anfield and the long-term solution alongside Virgil van Dijk? Thank you for following this update until the very end. Make sure to share your opinion below and stay tuned for more Liverpool news and transfer updates.